Loftus-Cheek it's gone off, and Oscar, I believe.
We've also got Danilo on at right back, as you can see, in place of Dani Carvajal for Real Madrid. Ignore that caption, which has suggested that he'd replace Fabio Coentrao. That's not the case.
Well, if he did, Coentrao doesn't know anything about it.
No. Coentrao, who is back in the Real Madrid squad after a loan this season.
Looking forward to see Batshuayi up front, the youngster they brought in from Marseille, the young Belgian, very strong, scored a lot of goals in France, but he's going to have to get some service if we're going to get a glimpse of what this lad's all about.
Hola, Aina.
A un Bertrand Traoré que poco a poco va intentando haciéndose su lugar en ese Chelsea. Algunos equipos lo han pedido cedido y Chelsea le ha dicho que se queda.
Pelota a la izquierda, ya digo que la temporada pasada, como comentábamos, ha tenido minutos. Traoré apuntando que puede ser evidentemente un futbolista a tener en cuenta. Ahí despeja Marcelo, siempre acomodando en el salto para su pierna izquierda el golpeo. Recupera Aina, Aina perseguido ahí por Morata, descarga para William. William tiene que retrasar la pelota, lo hace de nuevo para Matis, que cambia hacia la izquierda, rasa para Pedro. Pedro cerrado ahí por Danilo, retrasa la pelota de nuevo, Pilicueta para Terry, Terry de nuevo para Matic, jugando como jefe ahí de la zona central del Chelsea. Le sale Kovacic, el balón que va para Aina, Aina para William, levanta el cuero, balón que controla Batshuayi y el remate directamente fuera de Traoré, aunque reclama Batshuayi que tocó un futbolista del Real Madrid. Casilla efectivamente toma la pelota y la pone en el área chica para sacar, manda los suyos arriba para golpear largo, dice que tira, claramente tampoco han cambiado aquí con Casilla, a pesar de que lo siguen anunciando. Es jugar un poquito aquí al acierto. Marcelo con Casemiro para Rafael Varane. Espera el Chelsea. De momento en 3/4 de cancha el hombre más adelantado de Batshuayi. Hace el cambio arriba, muy rápida la pelota, le botó delante a Mariano. No llega el hispano-dominicano, jugará el Chelsea en banda derecha. Hola Aina, ahí viene el inglés, con origen nigeriano, pelota de nuevo por dentro. A poner el balón arriba el equipo de Antonio Conte. Juega de espaldas Batshuayi, el balón de Traoré de cara para William, viene al cruce perfecto Rafael Varane. Hay saque de banda para el equipo inglés.
No es William, es Cuadrado.
Cuadrado, efectivamente, el colombiano Cuadrado, sí. El plano ya corto, evidentemente, y más cerca ya la realización, pero desde la posición arriba no veíamos el dorsal y ahora juega la pelota. Es otro de los cambios que tampoco habían anunciado y ahora sí, efectivamente, se ha marchado Loftus-Cheek, se ha marchado Oscar, también se ha ido William y Begovic. Son los 4 de momento del Chelsea. Ha entrado Courtois, ha entrado también Batshuayi, Cuadrado.
Juan Guillermo Cuadrado es un jugador que conoce bien a Antonio Conte, lo tuvo en la Juve. Es otro jugador que, como Bertrand Traoré, han pedido muchos clubes su cesión. Incluso pues en el fútbol italiano tiene un gran cartel porque allí su rendimiento fue muy bueno. Pero sin embargo Antonio Conte ha dicho que de momento se queda.
Viene arriba y falta ahora de Casemiro. Está Nacho también en esa acción y el colegiado estadounidense que pide un poquito de calma también ahora en este arranque de la segunda parte. Traoré, que vio amarilla en la primera mitad por una falta en la frontal que luego botó Casemiro y despejó Begovic. Y ahí es Nacho, cuando ve que se le está girando y se le va, quien comete falta sobre Bertrand Traoré.
Está haciendo las cosas muy bien desde la sencillez. Bertrand Traoré está moviéndose muy bien. Hace apertura banda y se incorpora al área, también se gira. Es sin duda el jugador más productivo del Chelsea en lo que va de partido.
Pelota que va a poner Cuadrado, ahí está el colombiano. Cuadrado, pierna derecha, madre mía, también que zapatazo. El disparo de falta
Sí, uno de esos jugadores
Como United.
que va poco a poco, que quizás tendría que tener un rol de lateral derecho ofensivo, pero el fútbol le ha llevado a la segunda línea del ataque, pero como lateral carrilero, tal como empezó en Independiente de Medellín con 17 años, podría marcar muchas diferencias. Sin embargo, se ha quedado un poco en ese futbolista ya de segunda línea y de esfuerzos ofensivos, y que intenta marcar diferencias en los últimos 30 metros, cuando la calidad de Cuadrado yo creo que siempre ha sido como carrilero. Ahí lo puede hacer francamente bien. Quizás Antonio Conte, al que le gusta ese sistema de 3 centrales, 2 carrileros, pueda mantener a Cuadrado en plantilla porque le da esa variante. Ahí va Cuadrado.
Ahí lo vemos, delante ahora de Marcelo. Tuvo que venir también a la ayuda a Kovacic y al final hay falta de Marcelo. El único cambio en el Real Madrid de Zidane es Danilo por Carvajal. Recuerden que Carvajal terminó la pasada temporada la final de la Champions lesionado, no pudo acudir a la cita de la Eurocopa con la selección española. Empezó la pretemporada con sus compañeros. Se han ido incorporando ya futbolistas, entre ellos Ramos, James y Modric, los 3 últimos. Faltan Bale, Cristiano. Benzema todavía no ha podido jugar, a pesar de que se quedó sin disputar la cita de la Eurocopa por un problema en la cadera. No ha podido jugar estos 2 primeros partidos. Veremos si el tercero contra el Bayern, que veremos en A3 Media, en Antena 3. Pelota arriba, viene Batshuayi, Casilla. Kiko Casilla, saque de esquina para el Chelsea.
Bien Batshuayi, de momento el fichaje más significativo del Chelsea en este mercado de verano. Delantero, la temporada pasada en el Olympique de Marsella. Potente, va bien al espacio, de velocidad. Jugador interesante.
Pelota que va a poner en juego el equipo de Antonio Conte. Espera la frontal también ahí, Chalobah. Viene al primer palo, Mariano, queda muerta. Aparecía también a Traoré.
These 2 sides were the top 2 teams in the first ever, the inaugural International Champions Cup. In 2013, Real Madrid won it. Chelsea were runners-up. Chelsea such frequent visitors to the United States down the years. It's offside. The International Champions Cup brought to you by Indeed, the world's #1 job site. And Panera Bread, food as it should be. This oh so sizable crowd still waiting for the official attendance figure. Able to bask in something approaching hazy sunshine now.
It's lovely now. Beautiful day now.
Bearing in mind that we drove along flooded roads just a few miles from this stadium en route to the ground. There were ominous predictions of thunderstorms. There was even a briefing to warn everyone involved in this game that if there was a thunderstrike, any evidence of lightning within 10 miles of the stadium, the players would have to go off the pitch for at least half an hour. Happily, that's not come to pass. Casemiro. This is Asensio.
Just thinking to Chelsea's striker position, Batshuayi, the new signing, may get more game time than he thinks this year. And this Diego Costa situation, where there has been talk about him going back to Atletico Madrid, and as if what you were saying earlier regarding he wasn't happy about being left out of the game in Pasadena, and now he hasn't played him again today because he wasn't happy with his attitude, and then he brings Batshuayi on. The whole thing could just snowball. I mean, I'm not trying to say it's going to happen, but I think there's more chance it might happen if Conte thinks that Costa may be too problematic for him, John. Because we know he's a problem on the field with his discipline, and if he becomes a problem off the field as well, he's no good.
The UK newspapers this morning, full of stories linking Everton's Romelu Lukaku with his former club Chelsea, and suggestions that the London club may be in for Alvaro Morata if Real Madrid decide that they are going to sell. Yellow card here. Casemiro.
Yeah. Real Madrid have just taken their foot off the gas a little bit now. At half-time came along, they were completely in control.
Skimmed away from Bertrand Traore, but the flag was up for offside.
It was a late flag, I can tell you that.
Confirmation of that booking. Sides have met competitively 3 times. Real Madrid have yet to win. This famous meeting was the Cup Winners' Cup final of 1971. 1-1 draw in Perez in Greece. To replay in those days, 2 days later, and Chelsea won 2-1 with a decisive goal from that great striker of yesteryear, Peter Osgood. Goalkeeper's decided to come, and Traore has him stranded. And he owes a debt of gratitude to Nacho, his colleague.
You got to love these goalkeepers, haven't you? They don't have to make some daft decisions, because he was never ever getting there ahead of Traore, and he just panicked a little bit, didn't he? Got a rush of blood there with that effort.
It'd dull a world without an eccentric goalkeeper too.
I mean, Manuel Neuer's a great goalkeeper for Bayern Munich and Germany, but he's absolutely crackers, isn't he? I mean, he's an outfield player in his mind. That's what just was unbelievable how he gallivanted, and some of it's great. Clear stuff, and some not so.
This is Varane. Now Kovacic and Marcelo. We talked about John Terry's prospects at the age of, well, approaching 36. Do you think the defensive problems that have been evident for Chelsea today are likely to hasten Conte's thoughts towards trying to construct a back 3 rather than going with a back 4?
I think he will, yes. I think it's just a personnel issue at the moment, but I think he will. Whether he goes back in for one of the Juve back 3 and is able to get them, I don't know.
Talk of Bonucci.
You've got Bazzagli. I mean, I'd have Chiellini all day, but you know, Juventus can't sell all their big stars.
No. Danilo. Lucas Vázquez.
But you know, sometimes in a back 3, if you think about John Terry playing as the central one,
De la temporada, participando mucho en el juego de los Pericos, y ya llega la pretemporada de nuevo con el Real Madrid. En este partido en Michigan, en Arbor, donde juega la pelota ahí Marcelo, cerca de Detroit, balón para Casemiro en el círculo central, mete el pase como vértice ahí buscando arriba, controle Danilo, de cara para Lucas, jugando para dos.
So it has to work to aid somebody like Terry.
It's missed time by Casemiro, who just gets a warning from the referee. He's another player who is on a yellow card. Bertrand Traore. Juan Cuadrado.
Oh no. Just, you've seen it, haven't you? Real Madrid subs. I can't count, there's too many of them. They're just all getting the strips on beneath us.
And none of them look older than about 17. So the youth team is about to come on. Maybe in the midst of it we might get a stellar talent or two. Fervent hope here that James Rodriguez make an appearance.
Is that from a recognition point of view?
Absolutely. No Karim Benzema today. He is here with the squad, but he's suffering with a hip injury at the moment. Now they're recovering after the Euros, Bale too, and Pepe. Cuadrado. Down below us, there's all sorts of administrative work going on as the poor fourth official is ready to oversee a mass substitution by Real Madrid.
A Pedro va a encarar, ya le viene Danilo, también Lucas ayudando siempre, haciendo de interior, ayudando ahí al lateral, juega Pelicueta para Pedro triangula, pasa por detrás de Matic, ya viene de cara Terry, manda arriba, presiona Mariano, ayuda también el Madrid, juega para Batshuayi, para Pedro, viene para Traoré, buena combinación para Batshuayi, se va bien de Casemiro, que no puede hacer algo más, sigue Batshuayi, cae con Nacho, que le metió el cuerpo, dice el colegiado que no hay nada, balón de nuevo para el Real Madrid. Ahí se notaba que Casemiro tenía cartulina amarilla, se le va perfectamente Batshuayi y le cierran entre Varane y Nacho Marcos.
Sí, hay un momento que tiene toda la ventaja en la jugada, pero la pierde en el último toque de control. La verdad que cuando la pelota circula rápido, como aparecen los espacios, y aquí vemos cambio masivo, 60 minutos, llega a la frontera, la línea roja. Equipo nuevo.
Sí, sí. La camada de Canadá, porque madre mía. El último partido jugaron toda la segunda parte contra el Paris Saint-Germain. Febas, Marcos Llorente dieron un buen rendimiento frente al equipo de Unai Emery. Veremos ahora, ahí vemos ya los cambios, entra Marcos Llorente, nieto de Grosso, hijo de Paco Gento, a su vez sobrino, como saben, del gran Gento, futbolista de centro del campo, completísimo, medio centro, y entra también Yáñez, ahí se va ya el portero, se van Varane, Marcelo, Lucas, Asensio, Casemiro, creo que también Morata me ha parecido ver, y vamos a ir colocando. Ha entrado también, me parece que está Sergio Díaz, sería su debut, Marcos, del futbolista recién llegado este mismo verano.
Futbolista, talento juvenil, centro de gravedad bajo, y yo creo que es un delantero de futuro, tiene que ir poco a poco haciéndose.
Pelota arriba, viene la arrancada, aguanta, mantiene el esférico, juega a la derecha para Danilo. Danilo quiere meter el balón, le vamos a hacer uno contra Pilicueta. Danilo con la pierna izquierda directamente fuera, saque de puerta para Courtois. Vamos a ver los cambios. Se está anunciando ya por megafonía Martín Odegaard. Lo luego el otro día pegadito a la banda, pero muy participativo también en las paredes, en la salida de balón, ayudando ahí a Marcos Llorente, buscando siempre ese tuya mía. Y ahí viene la pelota para el control de espaldas Batshuayi. Salía también el austríaco Lienhardt. Otra vez Batshuayi, la pone, el efecto le perjudica a Cuadrado, que tiene que retrasar metros para recibir otra vez y encarar. Se viene por dentro, sigue Cuadrado, tira la pared, balón para Traoré, hay falta muy cerca de la frontal del área, falta a favor del Chelsea.
Está bien la pareja de atacantes, Bertrand, Traoré, Batshuayi. A partir de ahí, si la velocidad de balón del Chelsea mejora, el Madrid tiene alguna dificultad. Está dando mejores sensaciones en el segundo tiempo el Chelsea.
No vale, se tiene que frenar. Dice el colegiado que no vale. Y Asensio ha jugado toda la primera parte como titular. El otro día fue la segunda.
Ya tenemos a Eden Hazard dentro del campo también.
Ahí va a poner la pelota. Matic buscaba con la zurda, replegó la barrera y saque de esquina para el equipo de Antonio Conte. Rechazó Mariano, que continúa en pista.
Terry clearly sees. young lad stood his ground.
Got used as a step ladder.
Do you know what Pedro did?
What, in the game as a whole?
Yeah, nothing. Diddly squat. Oh, he got booked.
Not his finest display at a time when he needs to be impressing a new boss. That goes for all these Chelsea players. It's Febas. This is really good. And it takes a player almost twice Febas's age, John Terry, to halt him.
He just got a little too excited there, didn't he? Because that was wonderful footwork. There was a fan run onto the pitch. He's not meaning any harm, but he's got run down Zinedine Zidane. He's been taken away with the local police.
It's the match director, for self-evident reasons, opting not to show us that.
And whether your intentions are good or not, John, you can't come on. You can't do it, right? It's simple as that. It's player safety, official safety, coach safety. You cannot enter the arena.
Having done so,
I'll not be seeing the rest of the game, will they?
well, I suspect his next stop is probably a police station in the middle of Ann Arbor. So a bowl of gruel and dripping for tea. Martin Odegaard is number 26. He's the player that was signed from Strømsgodset in Norway for €8 million when he was just 15. And word was that he was very much the signing of the club president, Florentino Perez, rather than the coach at the time.
Yes.
In his contract it states that he has to train with the first team, even though he's only appeared in that first team once.
I mean, it must be a privilege for the youngsters to be involved at Real Madrid, but on the other side, it must be difficult for young players watching them bring in so many big stars and spend so much money to believe that, you know, your chance one day will come and you will be that next big star, and it really is not easy for these young guys. And that's across the board now with the amount of money that's in the game.
That's now Odegaard. There's much anticipation as to whether this would set a new record for a match in this code of football in the United States. The attendance, it's not the case as we get the shot coming in from Mariano, but it's pretty close. 105,826 people inside the big house today, which makes it the second biggest crowd ever to watch a football match in the United States of America.
It's not shabby, is it? 105,000.
So just think, had Ronaldo been playing, probably the record would have gone. I think this has to be classified as another good day for the sport in the US, to be able to attract a gathering like this without those stellar names like Cristiano Ronaldo and Gareth Bale, without Karim Benzema. Progress being made. And Real Madrid, certainly with their first half display, providing a few treats for this sizable gathering. Here's Eden Hazard trying to do the same for Chelsea. I'm afraid that was a pass that belonged in last season's catalogue.
Yeah, a player who has been linked with Real Madrid before, but certainly not on last year's performance, as you mentioned. And I'm interested to see what Eden Hazard is going to pitch up for Chelsea this season. New management, you know, it'll be a new style of play, and he's got to, I think, rebuild his stock for sure, because he has got the talent, as a 100%. But you know, up there between the ears, what's in that head of his? Nice turn. Young Laurenti in midfield.
This is Odegaard. And again, the Norwegian does have 9 full caps for his country. Chelsea have been a little better since the interval. They've not made any real impression in terms of chasing this game. We've got another match for you this afternoon as our great day of International Champions Cup fixtures continues at 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN News. It's Inter against Bayern at the Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. And of course also available streaming live on Watch ESPN and the ESPN app. A big fan of coming to America for training and preparation purposes. Got the chance to meet Jim Harbaugh, coach of the Michigan Wolverines, yesterday, and to swap shirts and maybe a few ideas as well.
You've got to say, John, when you see a place like this and then talk about potentially the World Cup coming back to America at some point, and when you see stadiums like this, it's tailor-made. I mean, it really is, all around the country.
Long enough in the tooth to have been at World Cup 1994 in the US and to have enjoyed it, but to say the facilities, the stadiums and the interest that I see in the sport now compared to then, worlds apart. Chalobah, Matic, Hazard, Azpilicueta. Crowd going into wave mode again. When they did that in the first half, it yielded a goal. Here's Eden Hazard, and now Cuadrado. Chalobah, Traore, Chalobah. Good chance.
Yeah, I think best move of the game for Chelsea is they're about to make another substitution, but they fight. That end product just wasn't there. It wasn't a difficult chance.
Well, it was Traore's final involvement. He's to be replaced by winger Victor Moses. Who's trying to nail down a first-team squad place at Chelsea, having been out on loan in successive seasons at Liverpool, Stoke and West Ham.
He looked okay actually on Wednesday down at the Rose Bowl, didn't he? Played okay for Chelsea that night. Looked back to something like his old self, where he was very direct when he got the ball, wanted to run at defenders and sort of take them on.
Addition. Achraf Hakimi was a Moroccan international at the tender age of 17. And off goes Nacho to acclaim from his teammates on the bench. Bit of Lienhart to Danilo. Back to the goalkeeper. Yanez. Real Madrid in this competition. Match in the Audi Football Summit. International Champions Cup fixture at MetLife on Wednesday against Bayern, which is a fairly mouth-watering prospect. Next for Chelsea, a trip to Minneapolis to christen the new stadium there. And that too on Wednesday against AC Milan. Adjustments for Eden Hazard, who actually finished the last Premier League season with a flurry of goals. 4 in the last 5 games, but he didn't score until the 26th of April in the Premier League last season.
Yeah, it was, I mean, he wasn't alone. You know, I'm not singling out Eden Hazard, but he is a big star, but he was not alone.
Moses was cynically tugged back by Zinedine Zidane's eldest son, Enzo. And it costs the manager's offspring a yellow card.
It's quite a difficult act to live up to, isn't it?
Well, it is as well when you've been named after Enzo Francescoli, the great Uruguayan. No pressure there.
Maybe a bit of magic here from Eden Hazard on the set piece.
It's an angle that might appeal to him. Sufficient distance out to try and get it up over the wall and down. Or maybe not. Just not happening for him right now. Quizzical Antonio Conte, who tomorrow turns 47. His birthday travelling to Minneapolis. Chalabar, here's Hazard. There's his chance. Gaping net. Chelsea have one back.
Well, I'm not even sure I might be doing it a disservice. I'm not sure the pass was actually for Hazard, but it just caught this young back four so square, and they were sleeping, and he just, you know, nipped round the back unnoticed. That's definitely not a pass for Hazard. They might claim it, but and then the goalkeeper, he just makes a decision to come out. He's in no man's land. It's relatively simple. I just think he's clipping that behind. There's no way there's a pass for the Belgian international. That's a good finish actually in the end, because Real Madrid defenders closing down the goal line, and he just slid it into that corner.
Quadrado. Very nearly dropped for Hazard again. Chelsea always up against it in this game from the moment that they ceded to Marcelo, a deflected shot in the 19th minute. Same player, Real Madrid's left back and captain in the first half, doubled their advantage, and then a beauty of a goal from distance by Mariano as half-time approached.
Like to look at this young lad, 27, Llorente. He's looked. I mean, they're all comfy in the ball, aren't they? Clearly, it's something they just work on day in, day out. But you can just tell the way that he shapes his body in possession, and he's always thinking and looking for the next pass.
It's Odegaard. Quadrado. left by Azad in the hope that his countryman Batshuayi might profit. Moses. Actually sent tumbling by Danilo.
Yeah, I have to be honest, didn't quite see the free kick there myself. I thought it was a good challenge by Danilo. I think he thought the same by his reaction.
Quadrado into the perfect area.
Batshuayi, he went in to step back out rather than stepping out to make the late run across, and Quadrado explained that to him in his own way, because it was a lovely ball, it really was.
To what extent do you feel that Chelsea have redeemed themselves in the second half? If at all?
Not really, no. Real Madrid foot off the gas, then they brought on all the kids, so the damage was well and truly done.
Batshuayi, he was being tugged on the edge.
When you bring on so many kids as Real Madrid have, all bets are off, John, because if you get back into the game, it doesn't paint a true picture, really.
Batshuayi was first to grab the ball. He's placed it. Eddie Hazard has come and had a chat and said, how about it? Now he's gone away again, so Michy Batshuayi, the signing from Marseille, is going to have an opportunity here. So they didn't want to sell him, but they had to. Financial problems in the south of France. Two Chelsea bricks in a largely Real Madrid wall. And Batshuayi trying to wrap his instep around it, but not quite enough by way of curl.
Yeah, I think Chelsea fans, it's a fresh start, new manager, he's had success, he knows what he wants, he's strong-minded, he's experienced, John. He needs to be backed by the club, by the board, financially. He needs the players that he eventually decides to keep, he needs to have them singing from the same hymn sheet. And I think for Chelsea supporters, like other clubs, there's a lot to look forward to.
Danilo went to earth. The general consensus amongst the Chelsea contingent is that there was no contact. The referee's given a free kick nonetheless.
I think it was just enough on that replay. But we were talking about it on our broadcast on Wednesday down in Pasadena, Chelsea-Liverpool. You know, the Premier League in terms of managers and coaches have attracted some really big ones, not so much players so far. But Chelsea are not the only club that really don't know what they're going to get this season. We don't know what Man United's going to pitch out. We don't know what Man City under Guardiola's going to be quite like. We think we do, but we're not sure. We wonder about Arsenal, and are they going to buy some players, and what's Klopp going to do at Liverpool? So there's lots of ifs and buts.
That'll be the case certainly up to the start of the season, and maybe beyond it, with the transfer window open until the start of September.
Yes, and there has to be a better way than leaving it, you know, as long.
Do you need a window at all? It used to be the case that there was a transfer deadline at the end of March, after which you couldn't add to your squad, but prior to that,
one of my moves was in the summer, which, you know, this time. But I made another move in December one year, back from Scotland back down to England. You know, because clubs were looking to bring in whatever they needed at that point, and you could do it.
Alex Febas. Away from Sergio Diaz, and here's Victor Moses, two to his right, and he's threaded that through well for Michy Batshuayi, and the defender got across and got a critical touch.
Do you know something? He never looked convinced in his own mind that he was going to score here. He has a poor touch, and then he falls, he trips over his own feet almost, and that allows the defender to get back in and make the challenge, but it was extremely unconvincing.
Chelsea still in business. Unfortunately, we have another fan on the pitch inside the centre circle now.
Two. We've got another. They look like youngsters to me, but
well, there are, out of your picture, 3 officers of the local constabulary who have apprehended one of the villains, and the other, who looks very young indeed, still at loose inside the centre circle and far quicker than the police officers.
Well, I'd be quicker if the police officers were walking, which they are.
They are, and I understand why we're unable to show you this, because it encourages similar foolish behaviour from others, but they are being removed without great ceremony. And now we can get on with the game again, hopefully.
Oh boy, you do get them, don't you? You do get them.
Moses. Down by Cahill for Hazard. Hazard was fouled. Chalobah. Cuadrado. Batshuayi. Moses and Matic. Matic has done pretty well for Chelsea. Hazard couldn't turn on it. Lienhart, a young Austrian, playing at the heart of Real Madrid's defence in this reshaped team. If you would like to watch some more International Champions Cup football, the next opportunity is coming up shortly over on ESPN News. Live coverage of Inter against Bayern. Tonight on this channel we'll have Liverpool against Milan and Paris Saint-Germain against Leicester City. 5 games spread across the day, and beyond those, 5 more games still to be played in the International Champions Cup over coming days.
1 or 2 fans just leaving a little bit early, but it's been a great turnout today. We were unsure about the weather earlier, and it's came good for us. We've had a good game, 4 goals so far. A couple of special goals from Real Madrid, really. They've got the crowd off their feet in the first half, and I've got to say it's been a pleasure being here for the first time at this stadium. It's magnificent. The folks of Michigan have got a stadium to be proud of, and the turnout has been fantastic. And I think they've been entertained today, John. They've pretty much got what they paid for. They knew Ronaldo wasn't going to be here, and Bale and 1 or 2 others, but they've turned out, and I think they've been rewarded.
So on the line as we head into the first of 2 additional minutes, the second biggest crowd ever of this code in the United States. 105,826 people. It's also, by the way, the biggest crowd that Chelsea have ever played in front of in their 102-year history. Hazard, chance for 2, it is. And that after he hesitated, as if he didn't believe he was going to reach the ball.
Well, it's going to give the Chelsea fans something to enjoy later tonight when they're having a beer or whatever it is they want, and because it's a consolation, and it's really the youngsters coming on and, well, getting caught out defensively. It's not good. He's onside, and the goalkeeper for the second time is caught sort of in no man's land, and I feel a bit sorry for the goalie there because he couldn't really do anything about it. It was one-on-one, and Hazard's experienced, and that's a nice little finish. And it's turning into a little bit of a better day for the Chelsea fans who've pitched up here.
Plenty of shortcomings evident for Chelsea in the first half. Major personnel changes by Real Madrid. Maybe a softening of their attitude towards the game as well. And Chelsea have had a couple of moments for their American-based fans to savour as well.
I want to see Eden Hazard doing that this season, though, against the big boys, the big players.
Now can Chelsea find an unlikely equaliser? Cuadrado bounces away off Yanez. Maybe chance of his final opportunity, we'll see.
Yeah, it's that same ball, John, he played 5 minutes ago. This time, Batshuayi did make that run into the right position, but this time it was blocked.
There's the full-time whistle, blown by referee Yunus Marachi. Chelsea left, figuratively speaking, on their knees, but they did come back reasonably strongly in the latter portion of the game with a pair of goals by Eden Hazard. The youngsters of Real Madrid given a run out, and one of their number, Mariano, scored the goal of the day of the 5 that we saw in front of this huge crowd, just shy of 106,000. 3-2 to Real Madrid. We'll wrap things up in a couple of minutes' time.